All right. What's up, guys? Mini Ruckus here. We are going to do a little recording because I've had a few people ask how I'm doing the very simple slime bases on all of my Death Guard. I'm probably going to try to make a little series on exactly how the quick scheme that I'm taking. Hi, YouTube! The quick scheme that I'm doing on all my Death Guard with easy streak and grime and very quick layers just to get them tabletop ready, but looking a little bit tabletop plus. But tonight we're going to go over the slime bases. So all you need is a little bit of green stuff, which I don't have out. All right. So what you need is you get a little bit of green stuff. Every hobby store has that. And you make little green stuff balls. I'm making green stuff balls. Do I have any on me? I don't think I have any. I thought I had some. Maybe. Maybe not. Hold on, I think there's some in this Mandalorian tiki. I found some. I knew I had some extras. So you take your green stuff, every hobby store has it, and you just mold little spheres like this. And all we're doing is we're chopping those in half, and we're gluing them down to the base, as you can see. Because those are going to become our little poxed bubbles. And all you need is green stuff for that. Hope that wasn't loud. Thanks, Mando Tiki. You rock. So we need a little bit of green stuff to make our little spheres. Other than that, we just need some Army Painter basing glue, Citadel Nurgle's Rot technical paint, and then your choice, however green, bright green you want the base color of the slime to be. That's up to you. I'm using AK Interactive's grass green, and then I just got my straight black, and that's going to become the rim color. Other than that, you just get a cheap piece of plastic, and off we go. So as you can see here, it's already primed up and nice. I've got the green stuff just kind of placed where I want it. And so all we're gonna do is we're gonna dump a bunch of this. I made a couple of green balls recently. You making slime bases? No. He's just picking his nose. We're just gonna pour a bunch of that Army Painter glue on our little crap piece of plastic that we have laying around. Both are correct. He's picking his nose and he's mixing his glue. And then just put a bunch of that green paint in, as much as you want. And then all we're going to do is we're going to mix that up. Super quick, super effective slime bases. Works best if you just obviously use a crap brush that you're not afraid to get mess up with glue. And from there, we're going to put that off to the side. And then from there, we're just going to take this and we're going to start dabbing it over. Now, I've come to find out, once you place this stuff down, just really glop it on. But once you place it down, just move away and kind of try to not brush over it again. Because it is glue, it's going to start drying, and you don't want to kind of create those little tears. Just want to kind of get it all over. And we're going to be doing a couple layers of this. So we're going to kind of just slap it on. You can get it all over the feet. Make it really look like this guy's just walking in slime. And when I'm brushing, I'm just pulling it towards the edge of the base to kind of create that smoothness. That's it. And we're just going to do a whole layer. All over. Kind of be careful. It is glue. Sometimes for some it may help to throw some varnish on your miniatures. That way you can, if you get it in areas you don't intend to, you can kind of just moisten your brush and kind of wash it off without ruining your underpaint job. Or you can use this opportunity to not varnish it practice brush control. Boom. Because the best thing you can learn in this hobby is brush control. Getting the underside of this guy's cloak. This is going to be a fun one. Big shout out to my buddy Rusty, who's come to become a very fun-filled newfound friend. Because this was an extra Lord of Contagion model that he had laying around, and he kindly gave this to me. And I was pretty excited to paint it, so thank you, bud. It's looking kind of cool. We got some slime. I think I'm going to get a little bit more up on this foot here. So we're gonna let that sit. Happy little slime bases. I keep saying slime blazes for some reason. like I'm just getting tongue twisted. All right, so we're gonna let that dry for a few seconds, and then we're gonna do a second coat, because as you can see, some of the areas are just, you can see some of the black base underneath. But while this is drying, what I like to do is I'll just kind of dip my finger in water, and I'll just kind of go around the edge and just kind of wash off some of that little overspill if it may have happened while you're brushing it on your base, because we want to keep a nice clean base. And this being just kind of like Elmer's type PVA, just real simple glue. Just a little bit of water, not too much so you don't ruin the paint or the primer, but just enough to just kind of clean it up a tad so we don't have that bubble over so it looks all gross. And we're just going to let that sit for a few seconds. It's a very easy technique. I've been using this. I'll show off some of my Death Guard on all my Death Guard, just some pox walkers. I did all my pox walkers like this. For some of my other character or captain models, I'm throwing a little bit of texture paste from Monument Hobbies. You can go with the coarse, you can go with the fine, doesn't matter. So I put some coarse texture paste, just kind of make it look like they're standing on dirt piles within it. On some of my Death Shroud, I just grabbed some rocks from my front yard and glued those in and put a little bit of texture paste around them. Same thing. And then I had a lot of fun painting my little Mythic. Definitely need that. I kind of like the way it's like spilled up onto the little Nurgling guys. And I like that he's just standing on a big pile of Nurgling. That's just fun. All right. So we're going to go, I'm going to dip my brush in a little bit of water and try to kind of add that to this. You do kind of want to act quick because all this glue will just kind of start to dry up. And as I'm applying this, if you guys can see, I'm not really brushing it. I'm just kind of getting a bunch of it on my brush and just kind of touching the model and dabbing it and just kind of letting it fall off and flow as it does naturally. I'm not pulling it in any direction. I'm just letting it spill off the brush and create a nice thick coverage all over the base. You can go as thin or as thick as you want with this. I like to go a little bit thinner, but go a little bit thinner, just because the texture of the base does kind of look cool to me through the slime. But we just want to get a nice thick coverage just like that. gonna get a little bit on the bottom of this cloak, just for the rule of cool. What do you guys think? Should I add a little bit up on top of this foot, like he's stepped out of the slime and onto the Nurglings? Yeah? Okay, let's do that. Let's try to just get it on the tip of our brush. Yeah, kind of like he's trudging through and he just happened upon a bunch of Nurglings that he decided to just step on. Yeah, that definitely looks a little cooler. I dig that. Poor Nurglings. Poor Nurglings. They're serving a greater good, though, right? Who knows? These Nurglings, they may be getting stepped on, but shoot, they could be having the time of their life right now. Get a little bit more up on his arm. Get a little bit on that skull. Again, some of the parts that are actual slime on the model too. I may take this opportunity to just kind of add a little bit of this, just so it has the same effect. Just get a little bit of slime up over here. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna let that dry. So, slime is on. Let's pop open our palette, because while we're waiting for that to dry, let's paint the base rim. So any black works for this, or whatever base rim color you choose. I'm going with the nice simple black base. Really pop against that nice bright green. Awesome. Let that dry, see if we may need a second layer or whatnot. It's already looking done. What's really cool is we got this really nice bright green. Oh, I can actually add a little bit more over here. There's a little spot back here that's looking kind of left to be desired. Oh, I'm not painting on camera, am I? Awesome. All right. Oh, maybe a little bit more. It's the kind of stage where you have to kind of like watch it. Some areas will dry and it'll quickly show like, I should probably put more here. Watch it, play around with it, add as much or as little as you want. I need more. Okay. So that's it. Until that dries, I'm going to work on Morty. Mr. Mortarion. So the last step after we apply all the glue and it's all dry is we're just going to go over and we're going to slap our Nurgle Rot technical paint all over that. And with that, we're going to get this very kind of gross greenish yellow, and you'll see some of the green underneath it. Kind of add a little bit of a multicolor effect to it. You can leave it bright green, if so. Awesome. Still looks cool. Damn, prime bottle. I think we can put Nurgle Rot on there and be safe. So let's do it. Nurgle Rot time. All right. So the steps we took is we made little bubbles with our green stuff, cut them in half, glued them to the base to add bubbles. Then we did a mixture of just Army Painter basing glue and green grass. Any green will work. Mix those together and apply them all over the base like so. And now the last step is we're going to take the Nurgle Rot technical paint and we're just going to slosh that all over the base. Extra sloppy. And we're really just going to kind of slap it around, move it around, get a really good coverage all over the place. Give it thick in some areas, thinner in others. Lady, you're scaring us. Poke it into the crevices of the feet. Nurgle Rot's a pretty fun technical paint. I enjoy it. A little bit on the slime up here on his pauldron. So we can get these all maturizing. Oh, I missed a little crevice in there. Just gonna squish it on in. A little bit more up on his foot and on his toes. Maybe on the back of his leg here. Put some up on his cloak. I'll let that dry. Maybe a little bit in here. And that is how I do all my slime bases. Quick and easy. With drying time, took what, maybe 30 minutes? Easy. Lure to Contagion. Done and done quick. I think total time spent on this mini was maybe 2.5, 3 hours, if that. What's up, Sparks? I was lurking in your channel. Hope your hand's okay. And if not, let's cut it off and just replace it with a robot hand. You need the recipe? I can show you the recipe right now. For those that are just raiding in, on all my Death Guard, and I'll grab my tray. I'm doing a very quick paint job. So what I'm doing is I'm taking little bubbles of green stuff, and on some of them, some texture paste from Monument Hobbies, and on others, rocks from my yard, and maybe some cork, depending on what it is. But I'm taking green stuff for the slime portion and making little balls, little spheres. And when those dry, I cut them in half and just kind of glue them all over the base. Okay? From there, I've been priming up my minis with a nice zenithal. With over black primer, I'm just using white ink. And then I'll do either a dry brush or just a spray from the top with a Wraithbone, just to kind of tighten up the Wraithbone colors on the very top of the model. And then we're just taking our paints and we're painting in all of our colors. We're leaving all the white primer alone and we're not layering on it. We're painting in all of our colors, our browns, our greens, our magentas, our pink fleshy bits, and all of our metallics. And then we're streaking griming the entire model. And what that streaking grime is doing is it's staining our armor to look like this nice bone effect we have going on. And after that, we add little rust effects, maybe some Nylock oxide, and then we move on to our slime bases. So what we're doing for our slime bases is once the mini's all ready, we are taking Army Painter, base and glue. Every craft store has it, or every game store has it. And then any type of green. I really like this grass green, any kind of nice bright green. We're mixing those together and we're painting it all over the base. All over it. And then once that dries, we're just doing a simple whatever black you have as the base rim. And then as our final step that we just finished on this guy is we're taking the Nurgle contrast or technical paint and we're just kind of slapping that on over. So you get kind of like a yellow, dirty brown hue, but you can see some of the bright green from our base glue and color. And then that's it. Easy slime bases. So we're taking a really easy technique and painting up all of our Death Guard like this. This one has some texture paste and a couple rocks that I just grabbed from my yard. On my Blight Hauler, I just put some cork on so it looks like he's kind of driving out of the slime and up onto the damaged concrete. Super simple, super effective, super fun. Poxwalkers, quick slime, easy. Little bubble or two on their bases. So we're having a really good time painting these guys. But thank you for that raid. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys, while I recorded my little tutorial on how I do my quick, easy slime bases. I'm going to try to make a little series. We're still working on the little streak and grime kind of mini tutorial that I recorded. Drink water, eat snacks, be awesome, and until then, keep winning those boat races. Bye!